Doctor Who news.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I don't have a dog in this hunt. I already own all this stuff on DVD, so I don't care what.
So
their
what do you
streaming
say?
service is doing.
What is your famous saying? Own physical media.
Media, then they can never take it away from you.
Despite assembling its largest Doctor Who library to celebrate its 60th anniversary, the BBC are set to remove several classic era stories from its streaming library. As part of the show's milestone celebrations in 2023, the corporation set out to host nearly the entirety of the franchise on the iPlayer platform, from the classic era to the modern revival, to other spin-offs and documentaries. Alongside hosting nearly the entirety of the series from 1963 to Doctor Who Season 14, the iPlayer would soon become home to several exclusive documentaries and behind-the-scenes series. Just over a year after the BBC brought all available Doctor Who media onto its platform, Radio Times reported that 2 stories have been removed from the iPlayer platform. Terror of the Zygons and the Seeds of Doom have been removed from the service, leaving Tom Baker's 4th Doctor's Season 13 adventures incomplete. Those are some major episodes, as I recall.
Yes, they are. The first and the last serials of that season.
That's ridiculous. While no official announcement or explanation was given ahead of the removal, the BBC would later issue a statement highlighting that the rest of the catalog that they still had secured rights to host would remain on the service. The Whoniverse contains over 800 hours of Doctor Who content, making it the biggest collection of Doctor Who programming in one place, which includes all the episodes that we have the rights to.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because I guess the thing I subscribe to, which is BritBox, doesn't have the new Who on it; it just has the classic Who on it. Which
that's a good one, so you're fine.
Well, we'll see. Terror of the Zygons may be off of there.
Well,
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. That's the American streaming service. Due to the nature of how Doctor Who was written throughout the classic era, there were several classic characters and monsters that the BBC does not outright own. In several cases, writers retain the copyright over the characters, as opposed to other franchises such as Star Wars and Marvel, where the rights they're with the company themselves. Not only has this left the BBC having to renegotiate for the use of certain characters, as well as hosting certain stories, but has in the past allowed these writers to develop their own projects with the characters. The 4th Doctor and K9 developed one of the most memorable companion pairings across many episodes of Doctor Who's classic series, while the removal of Terror of the Zygons and the Seeds of Doom, both written by Robert Banks Stewart, may leave some viewers disappointed. It's likely a matter of time until the stories find themselves back. Big Finish's Doctor Who audio drama range lost the rights to host Zygon-centered stories in 2022 briefly, but not only are the productions available once more following negotiations with Banks Stewart's estate, but a new line focused on the aliens is in development. As such, it is likely the BBC will also renegotiate to host episodes. So this could be they haven't renegotiated for those rights. Question, though, weren't the Zygons used during the New Who era as well? I remember some Capaldi episodes had the Zygons on them.
Yeah.
So are those also removed?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Though the BBC brings together most of Doctor Who's available catalog on their service was a major milestone for the franchise, it also led to an event that highlighted the complications surrounding the show's rights. Currently, the platform is unable to host the series' very first episode, An Unearthly Child, due to the intervention of writer Anthony Coburn's son, Seth Coburn, who claims he owns the licensing right and withdrew them due to his own bigoted views as the show casts people of color and LGBTQ plus performers in leading roles. That is this site saying this. I don't know what the truth is in this, because I know people tend to slander people. We don't know the full story there. The BBC does not have the rights to the first episode of Doctor Who: An Unearthly Child, and the reason stems from the show's original development. Despite the fears that the 2 Baker story removals may lead to a similar absence from the iPlayer's library, the past has fortunately shown that the Banks Stewart estate is more than happy to allow the use of their characters so long as the proper permissions and credits are given. As such, it may only be a matter of time until fans can enjoy the first Doctor Who adventure with the Zygons on iPlayer once more. So if you're in England and you have iPlayer, you are Zygonless.
Yes. Unless, of course, you have it on physical media. Yes.
What in the world? Seeds of Doom was a great story. Didn't care for the Zygons one. Okay. You know what's one of my... I for a while, I was trying to rewatch a lot of the classic Who's. I was starting with the John Pertwee era. Inferno was a great story. The finale of the first season with Pertwee.
Right.
Where he goes into the alternate universe where there's the evil brigadier.
Right.
Do Do you remember that? It basically in this alternate Earth and alternate England, it's like something out of George Orwell's 1984. You could tell that's what they were basing it on.
Yeah.
And it's this horrible place. But he argued he was trying to fix the TARDIS because the Time Lords took his ability to time travel away from it. And by trying to fix it, he didn't go forward or backward. He said he slipped sideways. Does that make sense?
Yep.
He went to an alternative Earth.